Welcome to the Class is Permanent podcast. We have episode 13 here. Today is Friday, January 16th. We have an awesome episode ahead of us. We are going to go through Pucc's AFCON corner as usual. I feel like I say this every episode. We are getting now to the final. We are almost there. We're going to talk through some of the transfer news, some of the big news around world footy. Of course, we are going to talk about our Footy 501, do that at the end. And then we have a really new cool segment called Career Mode, where we will be saving. We'll announce a team then. But that being said, let's jump into it. Away we go.
Class is permanent! Hey, 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 hey. Form is temporary! Hey, 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 hey. Form is temporary!
Alrighty, boys. Are we excited? Big episode, Friday episode. Good vibes going into the weekend. I'm joined by Mr. Pucci Main. Pooch, how are we, brother?
I'm feeling spooky today.
What does that mean?
It means it's episode 13 on a Friday. Friday the
Ooh.
13th. So I'm
You
feeling a little spooky. Maybe some people are coming out of retirement. Maybe dust the cobwebs off the old boots. We're getting a little spooky today.
Okay. You know, you gave me a look when I said today is Friday, January 16th, episode 13 or whatever. You gave me a look about it. And I was like, it's Friday, January. Like, what do you want from me? It's January 16th.
Hey, this is for everybody listening. This is called accountability. Hand up. I thought you said Friday the 13th. I had to look at the date and see it was the 16th. And then I was like, oh no, I was wrong.
Understandable.
He said it correctly. I heard it wrong. So
That's good, Pooch.
that's called accountability. Number
Yes.
one accountability taker right here.
We've always been a number one hands up podcast. We've been putting our hands
Yeah.
up for a while. Whenever it's our bad, we've even put two hands up. You know what I mean? We're not resisting. That being
Nope, never. Complicity is awesome.
That being said, let's jump into it, Pooch. I'm gonna let you rock with your AFCON corner before we get into anything too crazy. Senegal beats Egypt 1-0, and then Morocco beats Nigeria in pens 4-2. Pooch, walk me through this. I think you're 100% correct with your picks, correct? From last episode.
Yeah, from last episode. Pre-tournament, I'm dead. I'm in the water. Crocodile ate me. I'm dead for two reasons. One, my finals no more. I had Nigeria versus Senegal, which honestly, once again, credit to me for picking 3 out of the final 4 teams to make it, and they did. And somehow I only get 1 in the final, but we're rocking with Senegal. 2 is I watched a stream of the game yesterday. I spent 120 minutes. It was a stream on YouTube of guys in a bar, I believe in Africa. The only issue was there was no sound. So it was just a guy recording on his phone the TV in the bar. And at first I was like, okay, this is awesome. Me and the Nigerian guys were rocking together for this. Like, you could see people pacing in front of the TV. I was like, all right, we're all on the same side here. The minute 120 minutes goes up, Nigeria loses in pens. The guy turns the volume on his phone now, I guess so he didn't get flagged by YouTube. And he goes, Nigeria, goodbye. Osimhen, goodbye. Lookman, goodbye. Ghana up. And it just cut the stream like that. And I was like, oh, I've been duped for 120 minutes. I thought I'm watching these guys go nuts at their TV thinking like, we're on the same team. We're rocking here. Like, we're all moving, pushing the boat in the same direction. And it turns out there was enemies amongst me. I got duped.
Wow.
So that's, I mean, I had a long, hard look in the mirror. After that, I was like, you gotta pay the money and get one of these actual streaming services that has the games and for the future tournaments, because that was heartbreaking to have a connection with fans and be like, man, we're in this together. And then after it's all said and done, when I'm heartbroken that Nigeria loses, they just rub it in my face by going, Nigeria, goodbye. So that sucked. But into the actual games, Senegal, I think, performed great in their game against Egypt. Can Ahmed Salah, see you later. Mane is your daddy.
Yeah, what?
Mane's his daddy.
Not my daddy, but he is. Okay.
No, not yours. Mohamed Salah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Like people always say like, oh, Salah kicked Mane out of Liverpool. No, Mane went to
Mane
do his own
left.
thing. Mane
Wow,
left.
Mane went to the store for milk and didn't come back.
Wouldn't go that far, but yes, he left. And then he beats him in AFCON. Like I was telling you, I think a couple episodes ago, like this was Mo Salah's like Leo Messi World Cup Copa moment, like where it's like the boys are finally rallying him around him. He probably has one of his better teams, and Mane kicks him to the curb. I love it. And then on the other side, Morocco kind of like, to be fair, Osimhen didn't play well, Lookman didn't play well, Akor Adams didn't play. Like, they didn't really play well, so the result is probably correct. Like, it's not one of those results where you can be like, if like this call didn't go against us, or like if maybe our defender didn't make that mistake. Like, they held a Moroccan team which has been firing on all cylinders to no goals through 120 minutes, and like they just took some bad
that's impressive.
PKs at the end, like some really horrible penalties. So like, no, they were bad penalties.
No, I was just about to say.
No,
I mean, like,
no, they were
bad.
bad penalties. So yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna get a really interesting final. Senegal, Morocco. In Morocco, Morocco has the chance to break the curse of the host nation. 60,000 plus Moroccan fans at the let me look up the stadium. I don't want to butcher it. Grand Stade de Tangier.
Tangier, correct.
Tangier. Wait, nope. That was the semifinal. Sorry.
Is it the Hassan 2 or the Mohammed V? Mohammed 5. Oops.
It's the Stade Prince Abdallah.
The Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium. Is that it? In Rabat, Morocco.
Yep.
It looks nice.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's where the final will be held. Me, personally?
Wilson's Beach, dude.
No. I've never been there personally. Would love to go. I know I've been talking a lot of shit on Morocco, but I'd love to go.
We both have fezzes. One of our close friends, a savant of the show, a fan, he actually bought us fezzes while there. So we both have them. We are ready to go at any point. We could just hop on a flight. We
could chill with the Moroccan lads. I'm going to be rooting for Senegal. My bias is coming in. I think Senegal will win. And I have to just rock with the Senegalese for this final.
Okay. So I don't know if you remember a couple episodes back, we said that for the final, you and I are going to get together and watch it, which it's this Sunday. And we're actually going to order whatever team we're rooting for as food. Now, I was really rooting for Nigeria because they have fufu.
Me too.
Which is kind of like that, like, I don't know how it's like kind of a dough. I don't know. It's like,
it's like a sticky dough where you can.
Oh my God. I've always seen that on like TikTok and social media of people like, I don't know. I guess it's like kind of like a stew that they eat it with or whatever. And like they pick it up. It looks so good. So I was rooting for Nigeria so hard. And then they fell through. Luckily, I've learned that Senegal actually does eat fufu too. It's not as big as in Nigeria. So Moroccan food is good. I do love myself like a little bit of, I don't even know, what would you call that? It's like a little Middle Eastern, but not really, because they're not Middle Eastern, but they have like those Arabic influences.
We're not talking shawarma, are we?
Oh, wait, is that Moroccan? No, it's not.
No, I didn't think so.
Moroccan food. I'll look it up right now. I just had it. Moroccan food. Like it's like couscous. Let me look up what it's just. There are Moroccan restaurants near us, which helps.
Yeah, I just looked up a Senegalese restaurant.
It's cuisine blending Berber, Arabic, Andalusian, which is Spaniard, and Mediterranean flavors, known for its complex spices like Ras el Hanout, staple dishes such as slow cooked tangines, stews, and conical pot. Fluffy couscous, and sweet savory combinations like lamb and prunes. I might be backing up more.
I think I'm going to go with the goosey with pounded yam and jollof rice.
Why don't we put an order in together? So we're going to go Senegal, right?
Yeah, 100%.
What restaurant? You're looking at Surili Suya spot in Union?
No.
Which one were you looking at?
Oh, wait, no. This says Nigerian.
Yeah. A lot of these places are Nigerian. That's the problem. Top 10
Well, it's not a problem. Oh, I found a Senegalese place.
Me too. Okay.
Dibi with riz, jollof rice.
Okay. I'm going to let you order. Wait, why is this all in New York City? I don't want New York City.
Damn, bro. This is expensive.
It's all in New York City.
They got
all right, maybe
some expensive food.
Maybe
We'll
we're
figure it
back
out.
on.
We'll figure it out. We're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
personal lives blended now. I've just ordered 15 orders of pounded yam and a goosey.
Dude, I want to try jollof rice. So I'm excited about
No,
that.
we're
All
getting
right.
jollof rice. We're gonna get
Yeah,
jollof rice.
All right. We'll even do a little video together for our TikTok of us eating the jollof rice and whatever, the goosey poosey. What?
No, it's a goosey. It's a goosey. It's a goosey with pounded yam.
Sure. Can we still just get fufu because they eat it there?
Yeah,
So we need to get
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ethan, sidebar.
Sidebars.
Listeners, headphones off. Skip like 20 seconds past
Yep.
this, please. Wait, give it a second. Let him do it. Okay, let's just buy Nigerian food.
Yeah, Pooch, I'm like on the same page. I was just thinking about getting Nigerian food too. These people do
let's
not
just get
know
Nigerian
anything.
food.
Unless
No.
we have Senegalese listeners, that's going to suck.
Yeah, but let's
They're
just
gonna-
get.
Yeah, we need
No.
to get. I literally
Yeah.
today was talking about it at work how I want to try Nigerian food, and this is like a perfect. Okay, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, we'll order
Yeah.
the Senegalese
Okay,
on
yeah.
Sunday. We'll get it for
Yep.
lunch, and then it'll be good. It'll be good. So we'll do that. Oh, and do you want them?
Ooh.
Oh, well, maybe if you make more Instagram posts, you'll get some. Oh, got his ass. All right. Let's move into some news here. Real quick, we're just going to rip through this. It's not too much. But number one, Real Madrid gets knocked out of the Copa del Rey to Albacete. Really cool story, I think, overall. I know, Pooch, we were sending some stuff back and forth. For those that don't know, Albacete is like 17th in the second division in Spain. They legitimately sat 7 of their starters, or like 7 of their starting caliber players, because they figured we're probably knocked out anyway, and they're trying to stay in the second division, potentially move their way up. That they're like, well, there's no need for us to just like waste our energy here. Including one of those was Jesus Vallejo, who, for those that don't remember, look him up. Real Madrid player. He started some big games for them. He was always a rotational team player, but like he's in the team. So super cool. He was crying after the game because of how much it meant to him. And yeah, just like fuck Madrid. Honestly, what they did to Xabi Alonso, like fuck him. What they've done to team legends, fuck them. The fact that they thought Arbeloa, who's talking about Ganyan pressing in his interviews, is fuck them. There was that, and then I feel like there was another story that came out about that team. But regardless, super cool story, super fun. Regarding the Super Copa, for those that didn't see, a video came out of Frankie de Jong's tackle, but the VAR audio came out. Pooch, do you hear this?
No.
I'm not going to play it over here. There's probably copyright, but in the VAR, right? The VAR refs were talking to the head ref and are legitimately yelling in the mic as the tackle. It's a red, like excited, like it's a red. Yes, it's a red card. He got him. It's a red card. And so like it's become a big controversy. If you watch the video, they are like so excited. They're like, it is a red card. Yes. He got him. Yep. It's a red card for sure. It's a red card. Yep. Give him the red. And it's like a lot of Barca fans didn't like that, but fuck them.
So Ethan, real quick, because
Yes, Mr. Pooch.
I'm a new cooler. Plus, I'm your friend.
For sure.
Are you sure you didn't get caught out with AI in that?
No. That ESPN FC posted it. Multiple accounts posted it.
Are we sure those accounts didn't get caught out with it?
1 second. You know what? I don't like you, Pooch. Pooch, you're a sleeper agent. You are a sleeper agent for real.
I have zero. Everybody keeps telling me that. I got told that by people this weekend because I picked the Packers and the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, and they both lost. Why would I? I have no dog in the fight.
Because I feel like you just a hater of me. But that being said, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this audio up, and you're going to have to admit that I'm right and you're wrong.
No. I believe there's audio of it.
No, you just told me it was AI.
I'm just saying.
You're so lucky we're virtual today.
Well.
To fight you.
I know people get caught out with
wall.
AI. I know people that get caught out with AI all the time, so I'm just trying to be cognizant and keep us on a steady flow here of actual real news.
See, here's the thing though, like that's not me. See, this is just disgusting. Of course, now I can't find. Oh, here it is. The rest is in Spanish, but the beginning is Roja, because like he's just like freaking out because they love Madrid and they whatever. You know what, Pooch? You guys get me riled up so early on the show, and then I lose my mind.
Can I also say I love Spanish speakers when they get excited? Like, did you hear that guy? He went. It's like just nuts. Like it's like, oh my god. Okay, it's a red. Like no wonder why I gave a red straight away. Like,
do you see where I get my passion from, Pooch?
Yeah, no, 100% I do.
Yeah. All right, you're gonna break this down for us here. I don't know how to say this. Ajaccio drama. Those who didn't see this, pretty crazy. So the president of this club, Ajaccio, which is I guess a smaller club in Italy, was assassinated while attending his mother's funeral. Because of a lot of other issues within the club, they've also been demoted to the 7th tier. And yeah, Pucc, why don't you just break it down for us and tell us a little bit of the political background?
Yeah, so it's interesting because Corsican politics, that's where this club is located, on the island of Corsica off the coast of France, also known as the island that Napoleon Bonaparte got sent to. Corsica. I don't know if you knew that, Ethan.
Wasn't familiar with that. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. It's a fragile political state, this island. It's technically French, but it operates as its own being. In terms of the politics of Corsica, I don't want to get because of Corsican politics. Now, there's two sides to every story.
Why did he get shot and killed Pucc at his mother's funeral?
I think that on one hand, he was
Pucc, what type of groups was he part of, Pucc?
I'm trying to finish my thought here. Let me finish it. Let me land the plane.
Oh.
On one hand, Corsican politics, there's two sides to every story. There's one side that believes in something and another side that believes in something else. Now, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. He believed in the something side. He believed in something.
All right, we gotta Owen's giving me the
we have to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay,
we should move on. Of us talking about this because he's scared like this gang that killed him is gonna show up.
We should not get involved in the Corsican politics.
I'm not scared. Pull into my crib.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on. I'm not sure if we spoke about this, but news came out. So Luis Enrique, who's going to be, I guess you'd call him a free agent this summer, will not be re-signing with PSG. He'll be looking for a new challenge, and I don't know. That's kind of crazy. You know, I don't know the last time we've seen a coach just walk away like this. I mean, like, I guess Zizou kind of did, but it was a little bit different. Like, it was at the end of the season. He kind of said, like, yeah, I'm going to go take a break. Pep kind of took a break from Barcelona before going to Bayern. I don't know. This is, like, arguably the second best manager of this generation behind Pep.
Yeah, I think he goes back to Barca, but I also think we've seen more recent things like this with, like, Enzo Maresca leaving Chelsea. Like,
that's true. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, like he left, they won the Club World Cup, like the biggest trophy in the world. Like, I mean, It means so much. Like, you have a president of a country on the team. Like, it's crazy. But all jokes aside, I do have a feeling that he will take a year off. Flick will then either retire or go somewhere else. And you're going to get Enrique Ball with Pedri, Yamin. Yeah, I could see it. I wouldn't be shocked. I honestly would not be shocked if he pulls a Zizou and just waits for the Barcelona job as long as he can. Because it's not like Flick's getting any younger. So
yeah, he's definitely on the older side. I mean, I think Flick has minimum a couple more years with this job, only because they're talking about contract negotiation. He's 60, so like I could see him going another 2-3 years. So I don't know. But I mean, supposedly Luis Enrique has Man United knocking down his door. Which makes sense, right? Like, if you're Man United with this opening, it makes...
I wouldn't, though. I personally may...
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't take that job after how I see they treat their managers.
But also for what, right? Like, what you've won, what you've done with now. You've done it with Barcelona. You've now done it with PSG, a team that felt like nobody can win a Champions League there. And then even with that Spain national team, remember he was there? He was the guy that got him to that Euro semifinal against Italy. Yeah, it was it wasn't the final. The Euro semifinal against Italy with a really young Spain team. So he does it everywhere.
I also don't want to be a conspiracy theorist because I really like this guy. But Ethan, and you're going to be biased, I'm going to be biased. But I think we may both come to the same conclusion. If Arsenal don't win a single trophy this year, and you're the owners of Arsenal, do you sack Arteta after all he's done, dragged you up from the depths of hell to an actual like competent side? Do you sack him for Luis Enrique?
If you're saying Luis Enrique is already agreed, I will come.
If
Arteta's sacked, I will take the job.
Yeah, like he's like, I'm super interested in the job. Not like if you offer me a contract, I will sign it, but like I'm super interested in something like a project like that.
It's just tough because I get what you're saying about Arteta, but it's also like all right, you sack him. And don't get me wrong, like Luis Enrique could probably take the team you currently have, add a piece or two, and call it a day. I don't know. I mean, yes. Yes. I don't know why the answer is yes. I don't know why this is a question. Respectfully, like, I mean, we just said it. He's done it every
No,
year.
no.
Two separate Champions Leagues.
The whole thing is like if Arteta doesn't win any, like 0 trophies, because I know it's a big thing right now. Everybody's like sack him, but like if you look at the actual market, like who would do a better job than Arteta? And I think there's only if Enrique joins that market, he's the only one, in my opinion, where I would go
Yeah.
0 trophies this year. I would sack him for Enrique. Anyone
Yeah.
else, I would say, no, keep him for another year at least,
Yeah.
like, or at most. But like Enrique, to me, it's like you won nothing, and Luis Enrique's strongly interested. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd run that risk. Like,
Yeah. Now, does Enrique take that job? I'm not 100% sure, just because, again, he's going to be so selective that maybe it's the Barcelona job again, or maybe it's, I don't even know. Like, what, like, he's already managed at the international level. Maybe it's taking Spain back over again, because he left Spain because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's when his daughter passed. He was having issues like that. It wasn't, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I'm almost positive it was because of things like that. So that's a very different reason to leave the Spanish national team outside of, you know what I mean? Like, oh, the performances or I don't like it. So, like, maybe I want to finish the job depending on how they do. And he'll have the prime Spain team at that point. Lamine, for the next World Cup, what is he? He's 18 right now. He'll be 22. Pedri will be 26 ish around, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have guys still young
Yeah.
and prime. So that's potential. Real quick, football and football. Very happy day for me. John Harbaugh to the New York Football Giants. My team, we are back. This is the equivalent of if Diego Simeone walked away from Atletico Madrid this year and just walked right into Manchester United. Manchester United, a team that's down on their luck, has a decent amount of history, needs a leader to mold these young minds, these young talented players. Simeone being highly respected, always, you know, a winning manager, but maybe not able to get done with his group, needs a fresh face. So that's for both sides. For those who are purely soccer fans listening that wanted to understand why the hype, and for those who are maybe American fans that are trying to get into soccer to understand a comparison. Pooch, what do you think of that comparison?
Would you then compare Lamar to Griezmann?
Lamar? Oh, like Lamar?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Is he? No, Julian Alvarez. I guess
Okay,
not, because
and
Griezmann's
then
been, no. You know why? Because Griezmann's been there the whole time. I mean, I guess minus a couple years versus Alvarez has only been there, what, 2 years, 3 years? How long has he been there?
yeah, no, he's only been there like 2-3 seasons.
He's like
And
day 5.
then would you consider Kobe Mainu to be Jackson Dart?
Ooh, I don't hate that, because I do fuck with Kobe. Yeah, we're rocking with that. I rock with Kobe
Okay.
Mainu. Kobe Mainu is my
And
Jackson
then
Dart.
and then is Harry Maguire in that sense Cam Scattaboo?
No. You need a young wild boy.
Cunha.
Ooh, no, it's not wild. Give me Lissandro Martinez is Cam Scatabo, the butcher.
Okay.
And they both have horrific leg injuries. Neighbors is Cunha.
Okay. And then is
Bobby Bruno Fernandez is Bobby Okereke.
Okay. I had like 8 more lined up, so
Brian
if
Burke.
Owen didn't say that, I would have kept going.
This is where we lose our listeners. All right, we're going to jump into more actual footy, and before we get into a really fun segment called Career Mode, before we get there, let's get into the real transfer portal.
Here, I got it. Hold on.
Yes.
Now joining the transfer portal. No,
Redo
bad.
Redo it.
Okay.
Now joining. What is that?
Now. Oh, okay.
Or this is.
Now, okay. I got it. You are now entering the transfer portal.
All right, I like that. That was good. All right, real quick. Facu, how do you say this?
No, you got it, big bro.
Now Buonanotte. First off, I think that's like he's Argentinian, but that's an Italian name, and you're Italian, bozo. So his Chelsea loan was canceled.
Okay, whatever.
His Chelsea loan was canceled. Transfers to Leeds on loan instead. Or sorry, he was at Brighton on loan?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, from Chelsea. They canceled that. He just moved to Leeds on loan. I don't know. I guess that's news.
Well,
N'Golo,
it's just funny. It's just funny because he originally was supposed to go to Leeds in the summer, and
I
then
didn't know
Chelsea
that.
out of nowhere, Chelsea out of nowhere swooped in at the last second, got him. He played like one game, maybe two, just
Okay.
rode Pine the entire time,
Who's Pine?
and now he's like gets his loan canceled and moving back to Leeds.
I guess no one found that one funny. All right.
No.
N'Golo Kante to Fenerbahce. Pucc, thoughts on this transfer?
Potentially. So
Oh, you wrote it. Okay. Yeah, that's on me.
Yeah, because like Al Ittihad are still hoping to sign him to a new contract because they want to keep him still, but he kind of has his heart set on Fenerbahce. Can I read to you?
Of course.
Fenerbahce.
You could always read to me.
So Fenerbahce is the how do I say this? They're the Arsenal of the Turkish league.
Okay.
They've finished runners up the last 3 years to what are they called? Whatever that team is that's really good. Galatasaray.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are their transfers since the summer. You ready?
Yep.
So they have Diego Carlos.
Yep.
They have Miljan Skriniar. They then picked up Amrabat.
Yep.
They then picked up John Duran.
Yep. Is he on loan, or did they just sign him?
He's on loan with an obligation or option to buy at the end, but they're going to.
Gotcha.
They then got Edson Alvarez from West Ham on loan, but going to buy. Karim Atatürkoğlu,
sounds
from
familiar.
Benfica. Yeah, he's a Turkish player. Marco Asensio.
I forgot he was there. Yeah, he is there.
Yep. Ederson, the goalie.
Yep.
And then recently Matteo Guendouzi.
Yeah, they have a squad. I saw something about the Turkish league. The Turkish league is kind of back because obviously Gala has Osimhen. That's all I remember. But
no,
they
have a squad too. They got a squad too.
It is pretty crazy. The Turkish league is kind of like Saudi, but like ethical.
Well, they
Maybe
have
not, but it's kind of.
They have Davinson Sanchez, the GOAT.
Yep.
They have
My GOAT.
Gundogan. They have Torreira, Mario Lamina.
They have they have
Leroy Sané. Yeah.
Wait, they got my guy Yusuf Demir.
Yeah.
Demir used to play for Barca. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. Icardi. So they do have a squad too.
Yeah, they do. Okay, cool. So maybe we'll tap in. What's our team in Turkey? I'm low-key a Gala guy, but I could be convinced if you're telling me. I used to be a Besiktas guy because I'm coming to Besiktas. No? What's our team?
I take no sides for Turkey. I wear all colors. Red and blue bandanas tied for me personally.
You're like a scared person. Do you just walk around scared all the time?
It's not scared. It's not being scared. It's called being respectful and not trying to die if I ever visit these countries and there's me talking shit about one of these clubs or political affiliations on the airwaves.
You know what? You're right. Here's the thing. You and I have already planned we're going to Turkey, just, I guess, on a lads trip.
Yeah.
No other reason.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we wear hats every single episode and every time you see us in public. Here's what we'll do, because we are obviously big enough at this point. When we do schedule a trip to Turkey, whichever fan base shows us more love and hospitality on our time there is who we'll rock with. Deal or no?
Deal.
Okay. Now, are all these teams in Istanbul, or where are they at?
We're getting too far into this.
All right.
I have
okay.
zero clue.
First off, the big three are Gala, Fenerbahce, and Besiktas. But whatever. Let's move on. And then Daniel Malin to Roma. And then, what was going on here with Raspadori? I thought he was about to go to Roma, and then he just went to Atalanta at the last minute.
They hijacked us.
That doesn't happen at Como.
Yeah, but losing 3-1 to AC Milan does.
Actually, that's part of our midweek recap. So thanks for spoiling it.
Okay, I'll save it. But yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't love the fact that we keep going to the well of Aston Villa for every single forward that they want to get rid of. I'm not gonna lie. Like Leon Bailey, like I think before the January window, they were talking about transferring him out. I don't know if they have the ability to do that because he's loaned in currently and they have an obligation to buy. So like, I don't think they're allowed to do that, but they still were trying to before the window. So it doesn't give me hope. Now, I like Malin. I think he'll be a good forward for us. We need attacking help clearly, which
Yeah.
is why you keep seeing us linked to all these forwards. I think he'll help, but I'm not I'm not I'm not overly excited. I was more excited about Raspadori.
Okay. I feel that. I mean, I get that. And obviously just being Italian, you know, adds a little bit to it too, right? And like potential Italian national team striker.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So that's, I mean, that's been kind of the big news. I'm sure everyone's seeing a ton of links to their team, but like we're trying to keep it to the stuff that is either close to happening, gonna happen, or really like solidly done. It's time for us to enter our sponsored FC26 career mode segment, new segment that we've come up with, that we found a good way, because as you heard earlier in the podcast, we really like to just go through players, teams, name signings, and how we'd set them up. So why not just make it a segment? And so that we could do it. Pucc and I, every episode now, will be going, we will be finding, we have to iron out exactly, but either a team that's about to be relegated, right, in a relegation battle, mid-table pushing for European, spots, or a team that's contending in a career mode type way, save them, help them, add reinforcements there. So we're going to be trying to keep it as realistic as possible, signings that make sense. This is obviously, again, kind of fiction. Anything could happen. And for our first team, we figured let's start with something we know, something fun. So we will be saving today in the January window. We will be saving West Ham Football Club. West Ham right now, if I'm not mistaken, are seated in
Irons.
Okay, maybe we won't be saving them.
Sorry.
That was
Sorry.
awesome. West Ham right now, I apologize. They're actually seated in 18th on 14 points. So they are, and Nottingham, who are in 17th. Yeah, Irons. We got to do the X. Nottingham right now are in 17th with 21 points. So that being said, we have some work here to do to get ourselves out of relegation. This will be a tough one, but a fun one. Let's go through this real quick. Pucc has still got the irons up. He's really ironed in. We are giving ourselves, or at least a realistic budget at the moment is, I believe, 50 mil. Right now, we are not doing it where we sack the manager. So in this case, Nuno is being backed to just get us out of relegation. And some signings they've already made so far this window. So Tati Castellanos has been signed from Lazio for 29 mil, so he'll add some help to the striking. Pablo from one of the Brazilian teams has been brought in for 23 mil, so we have signed so far as a club 52 million. Fulkrug has been loaned out to AC Milan. I think that's for the season. I think that's been well done. Luis Guilherme was transferred to Sporting for 14 mil, and then Callum Marshall, a young lad of ours, was loaned to VfL Bochum in Germany. So that being said, we've done a lot of research here. Pucc, why don't you tell us a couple of the positions that we are looking to strengthen here before we jump into it?
Yeah, so I think they have a lot. I mean, we have a lot of needs. I think goalkeeper one. They don't really have a great goalkeeper. We currently look at a depth chart of Alfonso Areolas, Mads Hermansen, and Luis Fabianski. I think center back too. We need a couple center backs. Right now they have Jean-Claire Tolibo, Igor Julio, Max Kilman, and I cannot pronounce his first name, but Marvin Panos. So we need help there. And then we just need center mid help in general, whether it's a 6, an 8, or a 10. So we're probably going to be looking at a couple signings there. And then our current forwards are Somerville, Castellanos, Pablo, Callum Wilson, and Jared Bowen. So we definitely need a couple signings there as well. Should we go into who we plan on selling?
Yeah, let's start with our sales. So I think the big one that everyone knows is obviously Paqueta, right? And now it's looking like he might not leave, but I think in this case, he has 18 months left on his contract. Looks like Flamengo are willing to offer 40 mil. He doesn't want to be here, let him go. So we have taken 40 mil back from that. Pucc is selling James Ward-Prowse. I didn't know this, but I mean, Pucc, maybe you can explain it best, his relationship with Nuno.
There is no relationship with Nuno.
Nuno is not a fan.
When Nuno came in at Forest, James Ward-Prowse was signed a couple months earlier, and he legitimately, like, publicly and privately, just like berated him enough to have him go to West Ham originally. And now that he's at West Ham, Ward-Prowse just does not play. So we're for Nuno's sake, we have to get rid of him. Yeah,
we're cashing in big time. How much are we getting there, Pucc?
Big time, 5 mil.
5 mil. We've cashed in. We are going to loan out Guido Rodriguez. I think you mentioned he just doesn't play. No need for him.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody will pay for his services.
Yeah, no, not
So
at
that's why
31.
I said a loan. I could
Yep.
see him going to like a mid to low level La Liga team on like a loan. Yeah.
Maybe back to like Betis. I think that's where he was at. Or something like that. Those
Yeah.
teams always like to bring their guys back. And then it's been widely reported Callum Wilson has fallen out. He's leaving. So we're going to get 10 mil there. So we didn't really make any crazy sells, right? And I think a big reason why is when you look at this West Ham roster, they are very thin at a lot of positions already. There's not a lot of talent. So like you can't really go fire sale, right? And also it's the January window. If this was the summer, I think it changes the way me and Pucc go about things here. But we'll start from the back. We'll start with goalkeeper. This is a position they've been linked with. Most people probably saw the news regarding Bento, the goalkeeper, the Brazilian goalkeeper from Saudi. West Ham were ready to sign him. And then I don't even know who was the team that stepped in and hijacked that one. Bento Brazil. I didn't even go this far.
I never saw that he officially signed with somebody, because I know he was linked with a team like a few weeks ago, and then
okay, I didn't realize this. Yeah, it was West Ham. Okay, I thought someone came in and swooped in or something. I guess not. Well, all right, never mind. So we're going to act like he said no, because I thought another team swooped in and ruined that. That being said, we had two options here. We were looking for two upgrades, people who have been kind of sitting on the bench and cheap, right? This is a position we didn't want to spend a lot on, because what was our budget then? The 67, right? Or 69 in sales plus 50. That's not how much do we have to spend here?
We had 109 to spend.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't wrong. I just did not understand the math.
And then we already signed 52 mil.
Correct. So
that
52,
left us with 67 in total sales.
Exactly.
Or in money remaining, sorry.
Correct. The first spot we went was goalkeeper. Two goalkeepers, at least one that was really linked in real life, was Tottenham's Anton Kinski, first current backup goalkeeper, Czech Republic. Came from Slavia Praha last winter when we were like desperate for a goalie. He actually played that first game. I forget who he played against, but he did terrific. Really, really good with his feet. I think he like chipped the ball over somebody, but a young lad. That being said, he's frustrated with his play time. Bakari is getting almost every minute. A lot of fans want to see Kinski again because he was really, really solid when he played. And ahead of a World Cup, I believe he's their starter. This could be a real loan for him. I think the potential roadblock here with this loan is the fact that, again, he's Tottenham's backup. Behind him, it's Brandon. Oh my God, Brandon Austin.
Fraser?
No more Fraser. No more Fraser Foster. Is Brandon Austin, which would be a serious drop off. So I think this is a move where Spurs probably say no, despite Kinski being probably not happy about it. And I don't think a sale makes sense because there's a chance Vicario might not be here in the summer. That being said, we turned to the Danish Philip Jorgensen of Chelsea, who looks like he's probably on his way out this winter, looking for a move. Pucc, why don't you break this down? This was a little bit more of your shout. Why don't you break down Philip Jorgensen and why this makes sense?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. He's a good up and coming young keeper. Chelsea, I don't think will want to get rid of him because they also, like Tottenham, have not a great starting goalie. But for a young keeper, I think it'll be good to get him. I mean, he's going to face a lot of shots.
Yep.
And I think from what we've seen from him, he's a good enough keeper to start in the Prem. So I think a loan move would be great, and then Chelsea could bring him in the summer and have him really compete if they want for the starting job. But kind of getting it's kind of like in baseball when you have like a guy go to AAA that's really young. Just let him get a ton of at bats. He hasn't been getting them in the big leagues, and let him learn, kind of hone in on his craft. And I think that the keeper behind him, Areolas, will help push him. So
yeah, the other thing, and this is maybe where we should have done a little bit more research myself. So I was right about Bento. Bento got swooped in for by Genoa. That's why he's not moving there. Supposedly Chelsea will only sanction a permanent transfer this window. This is where we're going to say, hey, maybe they don't. It's 15 mil for him. I'm sure something could be worked out there. They've also called regarding Stefan Ortega, City's backup. But we're going to say alone here because I didn't do that research. So I agree with you fully, right? Really solid young goalkeeper. Feels like Chelsea have about 15 of these guys on payroll. And so we're going to keep this as a loan. And I think this is, like you said, it's kind of a win-win for Chelsea. You get someone who gets prime experience, who's going to see a lot of shots. Maybe, I don't know, maybe our defense shores up the back line. But sees a lot of shots, gets experience, and then, yeah, could totally compete next year. Or you flip him, right? Maybe he impresses on a 6-month loan, and then West Ham go, you know what, let's just make this official. And now you could upcharge him. Next thing, something that I've learned a little bit about West Ham is struggling a little bit in the back. Their center back options are not great. Their current center backs, at least as of today, if I'm not mistaken, are Jean-Claire Todibo, former Barca player, and I think Max Kilman, and then Mavropanos. Mavropanos played the last game, but I think Max Kilman is more so first choice. Pucc, is that correct there? Am I right there?
Yep, 100% correct.
Yeah. So for that being said, whether they go for one, whether they go for two, I feel like they need to improve this back line a bit, especially the center backs. The fullbacks are okay. For that being said, they are currently linked with Eric Dyer of AS Monaco. For $7 million. This is a sign that I think made sense to us both, right? Solid English center back. Nothing crazy here, but at the same time, nothing, it's a very solid baseline to have, right? He was obviously playing for Bayern Munich, played for Tottenham. Yeah.
Yeah, can we quickly just talk about the life of such a shitty center back? Like, the guy got to live in Portugal and play
he came up
soccer
in Portugal.
Yep. And then he's like, okay, I'll go to London and play footy. Goes to London, play footy. Meets one of his best friends, who just so happens to be one of the best players in the world. His best friend leaves, and he tells him, you should come join me. I miss hanging out with you. He's like, okay, let me just go move to Munich.
I know.
Oh, pull my arm. I have to move to Munich. And then he's like, all right. All right, let me move somewhere else. Maybe the family doesn't like the beautiful, serene nature of Munich. Won't mention anything else. And he decides, what's a great spot? Oh, the south of France, Monaco. I feel so bad for him. He's had to live in Portugal, London, Munich, Monaco, and then he can just basically be like, I want to go back to London. Oh, I guess I have to move back to London. Oh, I mean, for such a middling center back to have that as the places you live in life, that's not a bad life at all.
Terrific career for the young lad. Something that I did not ever see coming for Eric Dyer, but he had his moments for Tottenham. At the end of the day, he's reliable. I think that's a very fair word to use for him, and he's a proper center back. Funny enough, I don't know if you remember, he used to be a 6. When he first came up at Spurs, he was actually a defensive midfielder and then ended up getting moved back to center back. So this makes a lot of sense.
Do you also remember when he shit his pants?
One of my favorite memories. Yeah, him running into the tunnel by
it was
Jose.
Awesome.
He was one of Jose's favorites.
Jose
he could speak
just
Portuguese
so
with
confused.
This
Jose just so confused. I think it's the only time I've ever seen Jose confused on a football pitch.
Yeah, and then Jose went chasing after him. If you remember that, he ran in and then he realized what's going on. That's Tottenham Hotspur, man. I think that was against Manchester United.
A guy like
no, it was against Chelsea.
A guy like me would have just shit his pants on the pitch.
Yeah, well, you probably would have taken your pants off like Winnie the Pooh style.
Probably.
Yeah, it was versus Chelsea, and it was an FA Cup match or a Carabao Cup. That's what I thought. Makes sense. They're linked. For him, gets back to England, gets back to London, which obviously spent a lot of time. And I'm sure he'll be compensated well. He's only played 6 games over there at Monaco all season, so I'm sure he's kind of just bored. Another one that we had here linked is Charlie Cresswell from Toulouse for 18 mil. That's his value at the moment. This, for those who remember, I didn't even remember this, but when doing my research. So Charlie Cresswell, big center back, 6'3", English. He was supposed to move to West Ham on deadline day. It fell through. He moved to Toulouse instead. And so now looks like who's about to sign him? Somebody just put an offer in for Charlie. Wolfsburg, right. If Wolfsburg's able to get him, I don't see why maybe West Ham aren't at the moment, especially if you're putting together a better defense and then kind of selling him the idea of, hey, step in, do your thing here. Only 23 too, so he's one for the future. I think this could be a very, very good opportunity for him and a team that can really use him. And good in the air. West Ham have been struggling on set pieces, so I think he can help a little bit with that too. Pucc, thoughts?
I think this immediately helps our back line. I think you look at the back line now and you go Jorgensen, Oof, Cresswell, Dare, Wan-Bissaka. That's a solid back line with a lot
Yep.
of Prem experience.
Yep.
On the right half, where it's just a lot of Prem experience, and then on the left half, you're like young, young talents, but also um good talents. Like Diouf is one of the best players in this team. That was such a good signing by them in the summer. One of the first signing in a really long time that they've made, where you're looking at it and you're like, that's their best signing that they could have made. And to add Cresswell next to him, I think it shores up defensively. Like you said, the aerial ability, but also the ball playing ability with a Dyer. You have Wan-Bissaka, who's a really, really good defender. And then I think what this team was missing was a little bit of depth. So like you have a Tolibo, a Kilman, who Tolibo probably could still start.
Yeah. He's a good
But a
player.
Kilman and a Mavrin, yeah, and like a Kilman and a Mavropanos, probably not good enough to start at the Premier League level anymore,
Yep.
or like now. And so I think adding these two, like, it just helps with the depth there too, where you're like, all right, we don't need Kilman to play 90 matches over the next 5 games, but he could play one 90-minute match and like we
100%.
still feel solid. So I do think having these two would shore up the back line along with Jorgensen.
100%. And I think it just adds again, right? Like the big thing here is like quality depth, right? It's not so much that they don't have players in positions, like they don't have quality, right? Where, like you said, you could start Charlie Cresswell and you could start Dyer. You could start Charlie Cresswell and you could start Kilman. You could start Dyer and Tadib. Like it gives you a couple of options where now like you're not relying on a guy like Mavropanos, who's probably not a Premier League level footballer, to like go out and try and, if you're playing Manchester City, right? You're not relying on him to try and handle Holland, right? You maybe have someone like Dyer who has played against Holland, or you have somebody like Cresswell who can maybe, it's never easy with Holland, right? It's a bad example, but I think that definitely shores up the back line. And I think, like I said, Charlie Cresswell's one for the future too. So Dyer's probably a guy you're going to get a year or two out of at maximum, right? Or maybe even leaves this summer. I don't know. But I think he's someone that could just add a little bit of experience, depth, and leadership too. He could put on the armband for sure. Let's move into the midfield. So reminder, right? We obviously now we're sold Paqueta and we've sold James Ward-Prowse, and Guido Rodriguez is out on loan. So we've gotten rid of 3 midfielders, 3 players that probably do play some minutes here. That being said, at this point, we still have obviously Thomas Suchek in kind of more of that defensive mid role. In center mid, you have Mateus Fernandez, who was signed this past summer from Southampton. Solid player. I think you said he was 12th in chances created or something like that.
Yeah, and from what I've heard from West Ham fans is he's been the best player, like by far, like better than Bowen, like this season. Like he is him and Diouf are the only kind of bright spots on this team so far this year. So I think we have to start him as much as possible.
100%. And then we have Freddie Potts, who's just good depth, right? Decent depth player, can kind of just give you a couple minutes if you need it. Magasa,
young player, came through the academy.
Yeah, do you know anything about this Magasa guy? I know nothing about Magasa.
Not a ton. I know he's been getting some minutes. He's a young player too, Frenchman.
Yeah. Came from Monaco.
Once again, I think I think he's good from what I've heard and seen, but it's not like people are like crying out for him to start every single minute of every game like they have been, like Mateus Fernandez, for example.
Exactly. And for those who don't know, I don't do all my scouting via SoFIFA, which is a FIFA website, but he has 73 overall rating and 80 potential, to give you an idea of who this Magasa guy is. Whatever. He's a decent player, but like even at his best, he's not anything crazy. So the midfield needs help. Right. At the end of the day, the midfield needs help. That being said, I think we've identified 2 players that could step in here and add some minutes. And again, we're running a 4-2-3-1, right? So you're going to be running kind of like 2 8s, 2 type of idea, and then we kind of need a 10. So for that being said, the first 8 we're going to add here, or 6, 8, is Alpha Torre. FC Metz, young player, again, linked in real life to West Ham, and we're trying to keep it as realistic as possible, but cheap too. 6 mil, a player that they see with high potential, physical, athletic. I think a nice addition, a nice guy to kind of add to this midfield is a little bit of a runner. Thomas Suchek isn't so much of a runner, right? We kind of, not a bad player, right? Suchek, but also limited athletically. And I think a guy like Alpha Torre adds a little bit of that in a league that's extremely physical. What do you think about that, Pooch, there?
I think you hit it right on the head. I think Suchek's best days are behind him in terms of athletic prowess. I see him way too many times when I watch West Ham just get beat to the ball, and then like you're tracking back and you're like, oh, come on, dude, like
Yeah.
try a little hard. Like you feel for him because you're like, try a little harder. Come on, I know you got it in you. So I do think, I don't know if I think Alpha is probably somebody that comes in, doesn't start right away, but I could
Yep.
see like towards like April, Mayish, you start seeing him starting more and
Yeah.
Suchek kind of taking that back seat.
This kid Alpha,
yeah.
he's Senegalese. Was he called up or no?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say, if not, maybe you'd recognize the name a little bit better. But and also, I mean, young and not super experienced, but yeah, athletic player, very defensively focused in what he does. Right, he's going to be in that more 6-8 role, and I think especially with what we're looking to do, Suchek still has the touch on the ball, right? Where I think he's, he, although maybe a little bit deeper as your 6, Alpha could do a lot of that dirty work for you. So I think that could be a really nice pairing there. And then you still have, right, Mateus Fernandez, who's probably starting over Alpha anyway, but you have someone that could rotate or even play next to Mateus Fernandez, right? And again, help him with the dirty work and have a little bit more of a high energy midfield. Again, this is where you have to adapt for each matchup and who you're playing. And, maybe you're playing Wolves and you're like, I don't want to sit on the back foot. But then maybe you're playing, City and you're like, you know what, let's just sit a little bit deeper. And this is where you could put like Suchek and Torre and just be like, we have someone that could kind of play us out of the back a little bit. Moving in. So now that Paqueta's been sold, right, this team has like no creative spark. You still have Jared Bowen at the club, but he's not really like providing that spark anymore. He's a little bit on the older side, not as electric. And on top of that, like, you brought in Tati Castellanos, you brought in this guy Pablo as your strikers. Tati is a runner, right? Tati is a pure runner. He's going to press you. He's going to be trying to get in behind the score. He's like a little bit of like a poacher build to him, which I think is exciting. I know nothing about Pablo, so I'm just going to avoid that. But you do need someone to start getting on the ball. Mateus Fernandez can't be expected to get, do all the dirty work here. And this is a signing I really like that we made for West Ham. We have decided to sign Anis Mehmeti from Bristol City. He's down in the Championship. Pooch, why don't you take this away? You're the guy that really recommended him. We both did some research here, but Pooch, this was kind of his shout, and I loved it.
Yeah, like we were looking at guys in the Championship that are probably too good for the Championship, but their team wouldn't give them up in the run-in. Bristol City right now sitting 10th, I believe, 9th or 10th, but they're only, I think, 8 points off second, so automatic promotion, and I think 2 points off the playoffs. With that being said, his contract runs out this summer. So that
Correct.
lends itself to Bristol City being maybe a little desperate, knowing like, hey, he's leaving on a free this summer. If we can get anything out of him, we will. And he's one of the most electric players in the Championship this year. He has 14 goal contributions in 22 games. So he is the engine to Bristol City's attack. And I think 20 mil would get it over the line for West Ham here. I think he'd be super into the idea of going into the Premier League. Worst case, like he's back down in the Championship or one of the teams that gets promoted can call him back up. But we're aiming to get out of the. We're not trying to go to the Championship. He's a guy that like is so creative and all of his movements, and he's lethal. As a finish, like he can finish extremely well. I think it's a cheeky signing because I'm shocked I haven't heard any Prem team trying to move to him. Now maybe Bristol City have issued a hands off, but this is career mode at the Classes Permanent podcast.
Yes, sir.
We don't take kindly to hands off warnings. So that's why we throw in the bag at him. 20 mil.
What?
But what'd I say?
We don't take kindly to hands off. I mean, if someone doesn't want us to put our hands on them, we're not going to, right, Pooch?
Are we
Pooch
talking in real life or career mode? Are we talking in real life or career mode?
We'll stick to just career mode. We'll stick to career mode. I agree with you. Let's make this signing. I like it. He's for 20 mil. And I agree with you, right? Like, there's a good chance that Bristol don't let this guy go. And on top of it, maybe he's not at the correct level necessary to come up. But this is also the type of guy that me and Pooch were sitting here and we're thinking, it's like, when listening to West Ham fans, a lot of what I heard is we don't have anybody that wants to wear the badge. And on top of it, like, we don't have anything to watch. right? A lot of the players are very boring players. And it's like, I was thinking, like, who was like a Del Tarabit type signing where QPR who signed him and said, we're going to give you the ball every single time because we get relegated with or without you. Who is that for us? I don't know if that's necessarily a Nismet Mehmeti, but he seems like a signing that makes sense. There's some other guys like Jaden Philogene, a guy I like a lot too, but unfortunately, right, like he's at the top right now with Ipswich at the top of the championship. Why would he move to West Ham, who are in this case almost certainly going to be relegated, when he's just about to pop back up with Ipswich, right? That doesn't make sense. So for those who are also at home, like, oh, why aren't you signing this guy or that guy? Like, oh, Jan Diomande, that guy's not coming, right? Let's be real here. You have to look at contract situation. You have to look at where his current team is at in the table, and also understanding, like, if you do get relegated, right, with this West Ham team, like, well, is that even worth the 6 months, right? And the move and maybe a higher salary, which for some of these guys, it isn't. A couple other guys we were looking for the midfield at the 6. We were looking at Hayden Hackney, Middlesbrough, 25 mil, really talented player. He's been linked, I think, in real life to West Ham too, linked with Tottenham. Deep lying playmaker type, good player. In this case, we chose to go to just avoid it there. Feels like, I don't know, just doesn't feel like the right move necessarily for West Ham at this point. And also, he's another 6. We're really looking kind of for that more 10. Pucc threw out a cheeky shot with Joe Willock. Only problem there is, again, it's like, if Fulham or one of these teams in mid-table comes to Newcastle,
Fulham,
25 yeah, if they come to Newcastle, why would he go to West Ham? Right, he's better than being a relegation scrap. You told me maybe a loan, okay, but again, like, Newcastle's like, do we really need to do that for a loan? Like, just doesn't feel like the right type of move, but that's the right type of player. He has saved my Bury career mode, so I'm a fan. One of Owen's favorite players, Mason Green, would also save my Bury career mode, but I disavow. Let's move into winger here. This is, I think, where we got really fun. I actually really like the decisions we made. Pucc, talk me through your first one. Your guy, Raheem the Dream Sterling.
Oh.
Well, that's not the right guy, but go on.
Nope. I thought you were gonna go with the first one. Yeah, no, I think Sterling, he's been rotting in the Chelsea Youth Academy for too long right now. And he was always gonna get a move in the winter, I feel like, to a team where they needed it, and West Ham need it. I think it's obvious to everyone he's not the same Sterling as before, but when they realistically on the depth chart, like on their roster, only have 2 out and out wingers in Somerville and Bowen, you need any help you can get. And I think Sterling provides that in terms of, you don't need him to play 90 minutes every 3 days. You need him to play 90 minutes once or twice every 2 weeks in total. And I think we didn't see it at Arsenal last year, but I think he could provide a bit of a spark offensively off the bench late in a game if it's a draw or if you're down. The only thing that kind of hinders me with this would be his defensive work rate. I think he's good defensively, but when you're on a team in a relegation fight and coached by Nuno, you're gonna be known for more of your counterattack, which could lend itself to him in terms of his pace. I think he's lost a step or 2 over the years,
Yep.
obviously.
100%.
But I think it's worth, like, we have him for getting him for 5 mil. I think it's worth a punt for 5 mil. Listen, if we get relegated, he's gone in the summer anyway. He's not going to want to go to the championship. He'll go to Saudi or some other place in the Premier League on a lower level team. So I think if we get relegated, he's gone anyway. So it's worth the punt for 5 mil just to see if there's any juice left to squeeze.
Yep.
And then, do you want me to go over the other winger, or do you want to take that?
Why don't you start it? And then I'll jump in with my thoughts. So Pucc, they can't see you right now, but Pucc is doing the Stevie Bergvine celebration.
If they watch the
Patreon.
YouTube, they can.
Yeah, we got this like W Spider-Man type of thing he's got over the face. Pucc, break this down for me.
Yeah, Bergvine right now in Saudi. He's playing decently. I don't think he's played a ton of minutes, but if we're being honest, if he wants to make the Dutch national team for the World Cup, if he wants to be on that plane going to America, he probably needs to get a move to. It's the same thing what Ivan Toney's going through, where you're hearing all these rumors about Ivan Toney wanting to come back to Europe. It's because they know, like, hey, nobody's going to take me serious out here unless my name's Cristiano Ronaldo,
Yeah,
or Ruben Neves.
Ruben Neves.
So I think I I do think he knows, like, if I want to get on that plane, I need to go back to Europe, and it's probably a match made in heaven, if we're being honest. He needs to show that he still has it. What better league to go to than the best currently the best league in the world. And then on top of that, West Ham need, like you were mentioning, that spark. Somebody to get the people going. I also think it will help a young winger like Somerville out because it will actually push him. Right now, there's nobody there that, like, as a young player in
Yeah,
general, like, if you actually want to be the best, you want to be pushed, and like be competing every single day in training. When you look behind you and you see nobody else, even if you don't consciously make the decision, you sometimes can subconsciously be like, oh well, my spot's safe. And then, like, your performances drop off in training, they drop off in the games. So having a really, really talented winger come in, I think will also raise the level of Somerville too, where he now is like, well, shoot, like, I need to get my act together because I want to maybe
for sure.
like have a chance at a bigger move than West Ham. Like, maybe I want to move to a bigger club. So I think it will raise all tides. I don't know that saying fully, so I'm just gonna say the
Yeah,
second
that was
part,
you're good.
raise all
Keep going.
tides.
Love that. Just
Yeah,
keep raising the tides.
but just raise the tides. And so is it like a sinking? Never mind. And so I think we're gonna buy him for about 20 mil. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you hit that on the head there. I think at the end of the day, right, you're looking for players that, and even Bergvijn for 20 mil is kind of like an overpay. But at the end of the day, right, like, you're looking for players here who, number one, want to come in. Number two, are kind of like trying to prove something, right? Like, they have a hunger to them. Raheem Sterling has something to prove. Steven Bergwijn's got something to prove. Anes Mehmeti is going to come in and, like, he's playing at the biggest level of his life. Alpha Tori, again, a young lad who, if you're giving him minutes, he's going to work his tail off. And then again, Charlie Cresswell and Eric Dyer, like, Dyer's going to bring a certain level of professionalism and leadership. Charlie Cresswell is, I think, a guy that you could kind of almost, I'm not going to say put the armband on, but almost in a sense, like, put the armband on him. Like, hey, like, you're one of the best players on this team. We need you to, like, step up and lead this team, right? And then Jorgensen too, right? Like, hey, I need to prove that I'm good enough to start at Chelsea next year. So I like these a lot. There's a couple of players, as we were talking, hit my head. Just like I don't know why I have like this Adel Tarabit's like idea stuck in my head. So with that in mind, one guy I was thinking was Rio Ngoma, if you know what I'm talking about, from Liverpool, the youngster. Get him in on a loan and just let him cook. He's super fast. He's got great dribbling. I was like, damn, that might be a cheeky little loan, but that's probably not realistic again. That being said, I like this. I think this was a fun little segment we do. I don't know which one we're going to do next week. We kind of will decide as we go. We don't want to only do relegation teams.
Do you want to go over our starting 11 that we have now?
Yes, let's do that before I wrap it up. So we got Jorgensen at goalkeeper. At left back, I think we're going Diouf. Is that correct? Yeah, he's not in. Our center back pairing is going to be Charlie Cresswell and Dyer. We talked about that. That could be rotated a bit, but that's what I think, based on these signings, we would go with. At right back, we're going to start with Wan-Bissaka. You also have Kyle Walker-Peters behind him, which is a pretty good backup right back too. So you could rotate that a bit. At DM, here's the thing, right? We're going 4-2-3-1. So I think we're going to go Souček, Mateus Fernandez, and then we're going Anes Mehmeti, right? That way. At our 10, at left wing, we're going to go with big Stevie Bergwijn. Him and Sterling could switch sides, whoever's more comfortable on which side. Bergwijn at Tottenham played a lot of right wing too. And then at striker, we're going to stick with Valentin Tati Castellanos. He obviously got brought in. It makes sense. So, I mean, and this is the case. We have improved. Oh, I'm sorry. Bowen starting over Sterling. I'm crazy. So it's Bowen, Tati, Bergvine, Anis Mehmeti, Mateus Fernandez, Suchek, Van Bissaka, Dyer, Charlie Cresswell, Diouf, Jorgensen. We've improved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the starting positions we've improved right off the bat there. I think it's very realistic based on the budget. Now, it's always tough to bring that many players in a window, but when your team like West Ham, like, you cannot be relegated. I don't know. In my eyes, like, you really just cannot be relegated. So I think it's worth it. And then you figure it out later. But like I said a little bit earlier, fun. I don't know. What do you think, Pooch? Fun segment. I thought this was a cool way. And maybe for those who are driving in the morning.
I think so. I
It's
mean,
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, we literally hopped on a call before we even recorded for about 30 minutes and talked through this. I had a lot of fun doing it. Owen, question for you. You are the gods of the Premier League. Do you think this team gets out of relegation, the one that we just created? Be honest, too.
What's tricky is,
Okay.
so for those who haven't looked at the table in a minute, like, West Ham's on 14 points. 17th is Nottingham. I said this earlier. They're on 21. So you have 7 points to make up, which isn't the biggest in the world, but like, Nottingham aren't slouches themselves, right? So then you have Leeds on 22, but then Bournemouth is on 26. So like, already this is a tough job. You have to fight out of 7 points down, but it's not like you have like 2 or 3 teams kind of sitting above you. Like, there is a noticeable gap between those bottom 3. So I think we've definitely strengthened the team, but it is one of those things, like, I don't know if there was anything you could have done. You know what I mean? To like been like, yep, you guys are good. You're in. You've saved the club. It's not like we needed to just like jump up 3-4 points, right? I think like it has been in past years. So if Nuno's able to do it, incredible. But we really might be seeing West Ham next year in the championship, and I don't know. It could be very scary for them in the championship next year, because that could be a slide. I don't know. We'll have to see. But they have to do what they got to do. I mean, it is crazy looking at the table. Like, I don't know, like, just some of the teams that you're like, oh, they're kind of like Nottingham in my head, are like, oh, they're probably sitting in like 10th. They're sitting in 17th. Bournemouth, another team that's like coached well. They had Semenyo. They're in 15th. Like, Tottenham's obviously in 14th, and Palace, who I thought had a good year. Palace has obviously slipped in recent weeks. They're in 13th. It's just crazy. Brentford's in 5th, man. I'm not just going to read everybody the table here, but like, just crazy how this goes. And I know after 1 or 2 games, like, everything could flip, but really, really crazy Premier, at least in the middle of the table. That being said, let's move into our midweek recap, and then we will jump into a quick weekend preview. Quick midweek, Pooch, your cheeky Gooners defeat the Chelsea Blues 3-2. Talk to me a little bit about this. I didn't watch a second of this game. I was at work today, so I wasn't able to see any of it. But talk to me a little bit. What happened here?
Well, it was 2 days ago, but yeah, Arsenal. I think. It's so hard because, like, I think we dominated the game. Like,
Okay.
I don't want to call their goals lucky, but like, because like they were really well taken, well placed shots,
Sure.
good attacking phases of the game. But it's not like it was a back and forth. Like, you see the scoreline 3-2, you're like, wow, it
Yeah.
must have been back and forth. Arsenal like dominated, I'd say like 85-90% of that game, and then the 10% where they switched off, Chelsea were on top, like, and scoring goals and all of that. I mean, there were points in the game where we were up 2-0 and then 3-1. So it's like, and we had a chance at 3-1 to make it 4-1. Like, we had an opportunity to go 3 goals up. So I think we didn't make the most of those opportunities to like kind of slam the door in Chelsea's face and make like the second leg super easy and not kind of stressful. But I feel confident going into the second leg because we are going home and we're playing at home. Arsenal have been really good at home this year. So I do feel confident. I think Gyökeres scored a goal, which was good. It's good for his kind of momentum. Actually, I know that there's been a ton of chatter about Gyökeres and like how he's not scoring or whatever. He does have 8 goals in all competitions this year, which is second for Arsenal. So like, he's never gonna be a Haaland. I think people thought that. Like,
Yeah, a
and
lot of
like
comparisons, right?
like
natural
yeah, like
comparisons.
Holland's just on a different level. We don't need Gyökeres to go out and bang like 40 goals. I mean, it would be great if he did.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
I would love it. But like, that's not what his role is. I think a lot of people get confused with that, and I'm finally strong enough to speak on this. is if you actually sit there and like fully like phone away, like don't like don't
Mhm.
communicate with the outside world and watch Arsenal for 90 minutes. Gyökeres, I would say in about 80 to 90% of the games this season, you'd sit there and be like, wow, he actually is a phenomenal striker, just in the way that he presses, he makes space for the wingers in the attack, he makes space for Odegaard to be ripping shots or playing a ball through. And I think his defensive work rate is probably the best I've seen out of a striker of Arsenal in my lifetime. Like,
Wow.
he will never stop hustling for a ball. The ball could be 20 yards away and he will sprint to it and make sure that the center back has to make a good pass to like the keeper or has to play the ball out of bat. Like, it's like little things like that that don't show up on like a stat sheet where you're like, oh,
Hmm.
Joker scored 0 goals and got yanked in the 65th. It's like, well, he got yanked in the 65th because he just sprinted for 65 minutes. Like, yeah, he didn't get like, and there are negatives to his game. Like, I think he could do a better job at positioning himself in the box sometimes. I don't think he has that like
Yeah.
right now that I don't want to call it a striker's instinct because it's not, that's false, but that like fox in the box where like Eddie Nketiah had that. Like he can anticipate where the ball's going to be and be right there. Like, and
Yep.
you're like, Eddie Nketiah though doesn't sprint after a ball defensively. Like, he's not great in the build-up. Like, so those are negatives, but like he could touch the ball and it's in the back of the net. Like, he knows where the ball is going to be. Gyökeres doesn't have that. So I think the negative is he doesn't get himself in the best positions to score goals. But everything else that he does, like if you fully watched him play, even like one game, you'd be like, wow, this guy, like he does so much off the ball that helps Arsenal run. And the way Arsenal's built is Saka will never have a 20 goal season. Martinelli, Trossard never have a 20 goal season. Gyökeres never have a 20 goal season because they spread the ball around so much and they play against a low block so often that like they don't face that type of like defense where it's wide open and they can go one-on-one at a defender. I was rambling a bit there, but I just saw a bunch of
Just a bit.
stuff with it over the past month. Over the past month, just talking about how Gyökeres is doing so bad, and it's like, all right, like, but like you nerd stat boys can bring up all your like X sprints per 90 all you want, but like sit there and actually watch a game. Like, just don't look at a stat sheet, you nerds.
Mm.
Like,
Talk your shit, Pooch. Yeah, just to get back to the initial point you made here, where Arsenal kind of dominated the game, but there was the scoreline might show. Is it a little bit like what Barca Real Madrid was the other day, where it was like if you watch the game, you're like Barca's in control, but the scoreline at the end of the day is 3-2. You know, like their goals were kind of.
I would say Barca played a better game than Arsenal. Like, Barca
Okay.
against Real,
They
Barca
dominated harder.
like was yeah, like Arsenal definitely dominated, but I wouldn't say it was like a total domination like Barca was.
Understood.
Where
Okay.
you're like the Chelsea goals were well taken and they had better attacking moments. Real, it was like, wow, they just got the luckiest goal ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, fair enough. Just trying to understand that. Like I said, I didn't watch Arsenal Chelsea, so just gives me a better idea. And then the second leg is, I think, mid-February. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see where both teams are at. All right, real quick, Copa del Rey. The Copa del Rey was this week. Albacete, like I mentioned earlier, defeats Madrid 3-2 on a 94th minute goal. If anyone saw this, you could just see the player in his head was like, all right, I'm in this position. I guess I'll just try this. It was like a little chip float shot to the back of the net. Awesome, awesome goal. Great scenes in Albacete. Something really cool with the Copa del Rey is that all the bigger clubs have to go to the away team, to the smaller teams. So you never get like Albacete at Madrid. They always have to go and travel to the smaller teams, and it makes these really hostile environments. That makes it really fun. Barca defeated Santander today 2-0. It took Barca a while to break down Santander, who is also top of the Segunda division, so a little bit of a better, kind of like a borderline La Liga team. But they ended up doing Ferran Torres with a nice goal, and then Lamine scored in like the 96, like literally to end the game. Barca's the best team in the world. Serie A. So Pucc wrote this one. Milan beats Como 3-1, but you know what Pucc forgot to write? Actually, that happened on Tuesday. Roma lost to Torino 3-2. Interesting. So just wanted to put that out there. Both our teams lost.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. I think
Yes.
somebody set me up here. I never put that Como lost 3-1.
Sure.
I saw that somebody wrote it and nobody put the Roma score, so I was like, all right, word. Actually, our prep sheet is a Google Doc, and this cool thing that Google does is it shows you edit history. Huh.
Talk about a nerd,
Let
huh?
me
Look at
see,
Pooch
let
calling
me
out the nerds,
see.
and then he's a nerd on Google Docs. Well, actually, the cool thing about Google Docs is you could see the last editor. Well, yeah, I'm typing on it right now. Sorry. Oh wait, look,
It says
sorry.
Ethan Cohen.
I don't know who Ethan Cohen is. Don't use my full government, please.
Sorry. It says E-Money Get Swifty. Put Milan 3, Como 1. Interesting.
I'm being set up here by Pooch and his gang in Agestio or whatever, his separatist group.
Whoa.
Those are your boys. You rock that way. Also, they're not in Italy. They're in France. I just recognized.
Nah.
I didn't know you. I don't know you rock that way, Pooch.
No, I told you Corsica was an island off France.
No, you said that, but I didn't realize that until you said it. And like it just hit me again. I just said Italy, but it's France. Pooch, would you ever go to Corsica?
Thinking.
No, trust me, we know. This dude thinking, man, is like the Verizon outage. It's like you type something in Google and it takes 25 minutes to come up with a yes or no answer. Would you ever visit? Yes or no? It's like a struggle to get a question out of an answer.
But just if you want me to answer quickly, you have to say gun to your head. Would you
gun
answer?
To your head.
I
Gun
would
to your
answer
head.
quickly.
The killer of the president has a gun to your head. Yeah, you're visiting? What side are you rocking with? The separatists or the other people?
Yeah, I'm visiting. Is there a gun to my head still?
Yeah, my hand is up. Yeah, gun to your head.
Okay, you're holding the gun, or is there a group holding the gun?
Okay, moving on. Owen's gonna blow a gasket. Owen's at home right now.
I'd be the worst hostage. I'd be the worst hostage ever. Like
annoying or like
they'd be like, oh, so annoying, because I would try and be friends with them. Like, that would be my first instinct, would not be like, oh my God, like, can I please get food and water? I'd be like, so you guys got cards? You want to play poker? Like, what are we running? Like, you guys got video games here? Like, do we got a TV? Like, what can I have?
Yep.
Like, oh, it's a cool mattress. Is that where I'm sleeping? Awesome. Do I get pillow?
What's that
No
stain?
pillow? Perfect. All right, well, what's your guys' teams? Yeah, what's your guys' teams? Do you guys rock it? Oh, you're a Jets fan. Oh, yeah, they're having a tough year this year. Yeah, man. There's something going over my mouth now. Okay, or
yo, yeah. Especially Pooch would be like, oh, real quick. So if it's in the 90th minute and it's your rival in the Champions League final, you score. What would you do? How would you celebrate? I would do Winnie the Pooh style. I'd take my pants off after I threw my shoes, of course. So yeah, AFCON. Did you know? Anyway, let's move it. You wouldn't be able to pronounce shit.
It would go one of two ways. It would go one of two ways. It would either be like they'd be like, A, just shoot him now, like it's not worth the money, or B, they would be like, all right, like he actually does tell some jokes, like maybe we should invite him into like the group and not kidnap him. And they'd just let me go. They'd be like, dude, you were kind of cool. So, but
I would just make you pronounce stuff. I would just make you pronounce stuff, or else like cut off a finger.
That's another thing.
Like pronounce this correctly or cut off a finger.
Dude,
just watch you sweat.
I would have no fingers after 30 seconds. I wouldn't sweat. I'd just be like, they'd be like, say Tarap or whatever you said, Adele Tarap. And I'd be like sitting there and I'd be like, all right, I'll take the pinky for the first one. And then they'd cut it off and then they'd say like Mario Götze. And I'd go, all right, I think this time I want the index finger.
Pooch, you're a clown. All right, that was Pooch's hostage talk. Let's move into the weekend preview. We have decent weekend here. We have kind of two different ends of the spectrum. We have a really exciting Manchester derby. I think just we're taking City to win that. Yeah, Poochie?
Yeah, of course.
So you answer that quick. It's not like fucking putting it through a word processor. And then, I mean, you wrote Leeds Fulham. That'll be a good game. And then the big one is Spurs versus West Ham and what they're calling El Sacco. Just because there's a good chance that whoever loses this is sacked, which it would be crazy for Nuno to be sacked from West Ham. I know they're not performing, but like how many managers are you going to go through? You know, like you kind of just got to rock with one until the end at this point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who's coming? Xabi Alonso? Ooh, maybe me and Pooch save your club. Sunderland versus Palace. I feel like that could be a fun one.
Yeah, I think so. I think both teams are trending in different directions currently with just their form. So it could be a spot where Palace can kind of get back into it.
type shit.
But yeah,
Okay. And then we got in the Bundesliga, you have Leipzig versus Munich. That's probably, if we're talking like table speaking, that's probably the best game of the weekend. Would you agree with that? Maybe is PSG versus Lille better?
I think PSG versus Lille might be a bit better, just
PSG.
because
Oh,
the
PSG
German
second.
league is a farmers' league.
Yeah, no, let's look at
Yeah. Who's in first in that? I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Lens.
Len.
So you have in the Bundesliga, you have 1 versus 3, but it's 47 points to 32. In League, you have two. You have 2 versus 4, but it's 39 points versus 32. Yeah, so I just had to do the quick math. Closer.
Yeah. Plus, I think I think Lille is also a better team than Leipzig. Like,
Well,
they're in a
here's
better
what
spot.
Here's what I don't get about Leipzig. Leipzig just, and I'm talking FIFA career mode ratings again. What is with them just, and I know it's like, oh, this is the way they sign players in their academy. They just always have so much potential. Like, why not just like go all in for 2 years and be like, no one's leaving, you're all staying, and we're gonna win. You know what I mean? Like, you're all gonna develop here. I don't know. It's kind of like the Borussia Dortmund method, except like Dortmund, I feel like has started to get away from it a little bit. They have a couple of young talents they signed, but like not the same way. Like Leipzig is all young talents.
I think it's also just like one of those things where it's, I don't know if it's written in the contract, but like a handshake agreement where it's
Of
like,
course.
we know like that you're just using our club as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I I do agree. Like, if they were to basically be like, you're staying here for 2 years, we're gonna get the best of you guys here, yada yada yada. Like, there will be a player or two, like your best player or two, after a year where it's like,
Yep.
well, Man City want me and they're offering to double my salary. And then Leipzig will be like, well, okay, even if let's say we can match that, City will come back and be like, all right, we'll double that. Like, they just
They're
don't have
just
the funds, I think, to even try a project like that, where
yeah.
like they would basically, I think, need to go all in with one of their affiliate. Like I know that they have a team in Brazil, New York, Hungary. Like, they would basically need to be like, all right, we're basically for 2-3 seasons not going to put any money into those teams and just go strictly in on like a Leipzig.
Dude,
and
they're just
spend all of the money there.
They're just crazy because like their wings right now are on the left side. It's Antonio Nusa, who's obviously like superbly talented. Almost got to move to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Amongst a bunch of clubs last year, but I think he had like a back issue that came up. Then on the right, you have Johan Bakayoko, who, what did he come from? PSV? I think he was at PSV balling. Yeah. And then he got the move there this summer.
Yeah.
And then behind him, he has Jan Diomande, who's like right now like the big talk of the town about how exciting, whatever. It's just crazy how much talent they have. You know what I mean? And like if they all stay for like 2 years, they could probably actually like win, you know? Now that being said, like the middle of the team and the spine is a little bit weak. Oh my God. They even have like Arthur Vermarin, who's like a young talent on loan. Openda, Gertruda, just funny like how much talent they have, and just like I don't know, whatever, we're not going to dive too deep. Serie A, you have Torino versus Roma. You're playing them again?
Yeah, the last one was a cup game. So
yes.
we basically played all of our backups. So
interesting.
we're
Che Adams had 2 goals against you in that
team, and yeah, I mean, once again, what a life. Like, you get to like be like, man, I'm a really shit footballer, but I guess I can move to Torino and play. I think it's in Turin, and play football on the foothills of the Alps. Darn it. Like, damn. Torino, or I'm getting an offer from Rotterdam in the League One. I'm going to go Torino.
Fair enough. No, I mean, I'm with you. Living in Italy, rocking out, living the life. It's kind of what DCL wanted to do.
I think if I was a professional footballer, I would try to go to play in the most beautiful cities in Europe. I think that would be my plan.
Yeah, well, you're just not ambitious. I'm down to go to the dirty, gritty cities to be the best and win. That's the difference between you and me, though. That's all good, though. You know what I mean? Pucc is like an aesthetics player.
No. I would win, but I also want to be like Scotty McTominay, where like I'm in Napoli and like after 8 years of it raining in Manchester, I can be like, oh yeah, let me just decide to grow my hair out and become 6'5" and super handsome, like, and be really good at football. Like that, Scotty McTominay has my dream football career.
Yeah, I mean, it just worked out, which is very nice to see. Fiorentina versus Bologna, another big one this weekend. Fiorentina trying to climb out of that relegation battle there. So, and Bologna is a decent squad, so we'll have to see. But that is our weekend preview. I think our game, what we're going to start doing here is like kind of our game of the weekend, because it's hard for us to watch all these games. It's hard for us to, have kind of boots on the ground for all of them. So that being said, I think we've agreed our matchup of the weekend is going to be the Manchester Derby. That's a game that we're going to both sit down and watch, or the three of us are going to all sit down and watch. And that way we can really talk about it in depth. And now it's time to move into Pucc. Why don't you take it away?
Footy 501.
Very nice, Pucc. Good job. For those that don't know, this is a darts-based game. We're going to be making guesses based on our magic wheel. We will get a category from there. We are going to be making, that was Pucc's arm sling, by the way, if anybody heard the Velcro. Still in a cast, still not relocated. We're going to be making guesses, trying to get as close to 180 as possible. And obviously subtract that from 501. Once we get within 10 points of 0, so 0 to 10, we are deemed the winner. Let's do a real quick random wheel. We're going to have to come up with a new one, by the way. Whatchamacallit? We're going to have to come up with new categories, because I think we're down to our final one. What was our last one? International goals, right?
Yeah.
Champions League goals. No, we already did that.
Yes. Yeah.
We already did that.
Ooh, did we?
Didn't we already do that?
I don't think we did.
Champions League goals.
No, I think we did Champions League appearances.
I'll tell you right now. Someone at home is really mad. They're like, you already done this? Alrighty, so we are going to be doing, we took a quick minute to talk here. I think we're going to be, didn't we do Champions League goals?
I don't think so. I think we did Champions League appearances.
Here's why I'm saying goals, because didn't I guess Ronaldo, and he has the most Champions League goals, and it was like well under 180, and I just went Messi?
No, that was, that was international goals.
Okay, so we're doing Champions League goals. Cool. All right, let's do it. Pucc, rock, paper, scissors, shoots.
You start, you won last time, or you get to pick. You do coin. Oh, no, we always do rock, paper, scissors. No.
Yeah. Rock.
Paper, scissor, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissor, shoot. Okay, Pucc, you win. Congrats. I want to do a
I defer.
No.
We won second half.
You sneaky bastard, you.
We won second half.
Okay, fine. I'll go first. Give me. Ooh, now this is hard to think. Champions League goals. Give me Erling Haaland.
Good guess.
55. Okay. That's okay, though. That feels safe. Pucc.
Give me Titi Henry.
Nah, not that many.
50.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Let me know
well,
when
you
we're ready.
got like 55.
If Haaland's at 55, give me Cristiano Ronaldo. Give me a second. Cristiano Ronaldo, UCL goals. 140. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Give me
Thank you, sir.
Messi. 129.
Is Messi number 2, or is there someone else that's number 2?
Messi.
Okay. 06. My turn. Who else is like Mr. Champions League? Thinking about those Real Madrid teams and just like maybe go that route. You know what? Give me Luis Suarez. That might be a bad shout. He had a couple seasons he didn't really score a ton. 7, that's it?
Ooh.
What sucks is I kind of knew it as I said it too. Damn. All right, Pucc.
Damn me. I was really rooting for you. Give me Benzema.
That's who I was first thinking. Oh, why did I just do that? Why would I?
90. I'll take 90.
All right. Give me Lewandowski.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Lewandowski. Let's go. 105. 105. Oh, because he's third in the competition between the other two idiots. Wait, wait. Let's take a quick break here. I'm at 174. Pucc, what are you at?
232, but I still have a guess.
Bozo alert. Everyone,
I literally have a guess. I could literally beat you right here.
Bozo.
Okay. I got to think.
Pucc is cheating. We should have to share our screens. We should have to share our screens.
Look, I'm looking up.
Pucc is cheating. Pucc is cheating. Yeah, I know. Come on, dude.
There's so many players.
So
I'm
true.
gonna go Zlatan.
That's not a bad shout. I can look that up for you. Zlatan has 48.
Okay, I'll take that.
Give me Pucc, who would you guess here if you were me? You need a 174. I mean, I can't get one.
Osimhen.
He could have walked into any team at the prime of his career, of course. You know what? Give me, this might be such a bad shout. Give me Griezmann.
Ooh,
43. 43. Just thinking of like longevity. Also, because we're talking pure Champions League, right? We're not talking. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was going to say. Because like, if not, that opens up the door to some other guys. But all right, I'm at 131, Pucc.
Okay. This one may bite me in the ass, but I'm going to go Neymar.
Yeah, it's going to bite you in the ass. I'll tell you right now. Neymar, 43. Okay. So it didn't kill you. You know what? This is going to be probably a bad guess. Give me R9.
Mm.
14. No. I kind of had a feeling he didn't have a ton, but I was also like, I wouldn't be surprised if,
Yeah, I was trying to think of those Inter Milan teams too, where I was like,
the problem is those teams didn't win by a lot of goals. Like, you got to think like those games were like 1-0, and there was like the fucking Zanetti scoring a free kick or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll take Gareth Bale.
That's someone I was thinking too.
Oh, fuck. I just had a name pop up
20
in my head that I should have taken.
I'm going to take, so Pucc at 20, I'm going to take Harry Kane.
Oh, that's the name.
That's the name, yeah.
It literally popped up right as I said Gareth Bale. I was like, wait, no. My head was like, wait, no, don't say it yet.
Kane's only on 31, so it's not like it was a crazy amount.
Yes, still though.
So I'm on 86 here. Pucc, what is your guess?
My guess is going to be Di Maria.
That's a bad guess. That's like a really bad guess. I gotcha.
22.
Yeah, nice guess, Bozo. You already said Zlatan, right?
No, but if you say him, you may get disqualified.
He definitely said Zlatan, right?
I don't know.
I'm not going to say Zlatan. Give me... I'm trying to think of those strikers of like our mid, like your mid.
Sean
20s.
Kemp.
Well, that might not be a bad shout, Pucc. Sean Kemp, good player. You know what? Give me David Villa. 14, not great. Not where we want to be.
No.
But now we're nickel and diamond.
Me, Drogba.
I was thinking Drogba, but I mean, he didn't score like
44.
A ton. Wow, okay. Much better than I thought.
Longevity.
Yeah, this might be a really bad shout. Victor Osimhen. 15.
I can't believe you did the Victor Osimhen shit.
What? That was that bad that you started laughing at me?
No, it's just because I said it when you were at like 279. I was like, Victor Osimhen.
Wait, you guessed that?
I told you were like, Pucc, give me one. And I said, Victor Osimhen. And you went,
I have not listened to what you said.
You were like, I'll take Sergio Aguero or whatever.
I did not say Sergio Aguero, so that's an option.
I know you didn't. I'm gonna go.
Gotta get Pucc scared.
Mbappe.
Yeah, that's the guy we've kind of been missing here.
Spelled his name wrong, shocker.
60. Wow.
64. I have 64.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. Oh, so you're over.
Is that? Yeah, but don't we do it as
plus or minus? Yeah.
Yeah. So he's minus 9.
Okay. So I have 57. Oh my God. 57 for the win. Can I do it? I got to dig deep. Sidebar. Give me some help here. You're my celeb.
Do Aguero.
I don't think so either. I'm just like Lukaku, but I feel like that's not a great shout. Higuain.
What about Robin Van Persie? Maybe not. Trying to think of like the
Eto'o?
Early 2000s. Eto'o was a shout. I was gonna guess Eto'o.
Yeah.
But you remember, didn't Eto'o play on Chelsea and Barcelona?
Yeah, and a Turkish team too, right? Didn't he finish in Turkey?
And Inter.
He was good. Yeah, that's my problem. Is like
I was gonna pick him instead of Drogba, and then I thought of Drogba because I thought of Eto'o.
What about Oli Giroud? Not a good shout. The other
international goals,
like Gonzalo Higuain. He's just been playing for so long. I don't know though. You know what? I'm gonna give the listeners at home a chance to guess, and then I'm gonna make mine. So I'm gonna give them one. I'm sure there's probably one answer I'm like screaming missing. What's funny is Mbappe's been in the back of my head this entire time, and I've just kind of not avoided him, but just didn't like decide to go that way. What teams have made it deep the past couple of years? Atletico Madrid, like Barcelona has, but we name them. Real Madrid has, we name them. Like Vinicius hasn't like banged in a crazy amount of goals is the thing. Juventus, it was like Ronaldo. He went Mandzukic. Like I'm not going Mandzukic in this case. I don't know, like Thomas Mueller. Like, does he have a ton of like,
Mueller may, because he's been around for so long.
Are we going Mueller? Well, let me look this up. Let's go Thomas Mueller. The problem is like, isn't he known for not having a ton of like goals? 57. Oh my God. On the dot. I swear to God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thomas Mueller scored 57 goals in the UEFA Champions League in 163 appearances. This is unreal. You can't script this. You can't. Pucc probably thought he was chilling. 57 on the dot. Thomas Mueller. I hated Thomas Mueller, and now I love him. The Rumdeuter or whatever the fuck they call him. Pronounce that, Pucc. Wait, I gotta go.
Can't believe.
I gotta go Winnie the Pooh. I gotta go Winnie the Pooh.
Do it.
Wait, but it's like nuts out, right? We're windmilling.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Footy 501. This is the Ethan 501. I win these games. Oh my God.
I hate the fact that that's the second time playing Footy 501 I've lost because somebody's hit it right on the
right
head.
on the dot. The Jev one was...
You and Jev both have killed. I could have 3 Footy 501s, and instead I have one, and that one doesn't even count because it was on the Patreon episode that
Right.
that just never came out. So like technically I have 0. Like I'm sitting here with none, and I should have 3, and I'm so pissed about all of it.
My God, Thomas Mueller has to lead off our like out of context post. Oh my days, what a guest. That was awesome. What a way to end the show. If you made it this far into the episode, like, first off, good for you. Second off, if you were in your car yelling Thomas Mueller, good for you. Third off, if you didn't, I'm just glad you got to witness greatness. Let's wrap this thing up. Pucc, you got anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Nope. I think it was a good episode. Hopefully West Ham take our advice.
Yep.
Hopefully Mark Noble's listening. And yeah, everybody have fun watching the games this weekend. Stay safe. Eat some fufu, some jollof rice. Enjoy Morocco, Senegal. We don't get this for another couple of years, so enjoy it while it lasts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me and Pucc will definitely be enjoying strictly Senegalese food. We are very strict about that. And watching the game. So that's also like our game of the week. I know we said our game of the weekend was the Manchester Derby, but maybe like we'll have 2 this weekend. That being said, fun episode. Let us know how you like the new segments, the career mode. I thought that was a lot of fun for us to do. So we're gonna keep doing it. If there's teams you want to recommend too, feel free. Like we're gonna, not obvious teams, but we're gonna kind of pick a couple in each league to do. So it won't be all Prem. It won't be all like Champions League, anything like that. So we'll see what we can do there. Feel free to suggest. Keep sharing the socials. Other than that, as always, class is permanent. Form is temporary. Have a good weekend, y'all. We'll see you next week. I am literally the GOAT. And so is Thomas Mueller. Must be a tough one to be, Pucc.
Class is permanent. Form is temporary.